This is Frank Turner and you're watching GETADDICTED.org. For the last record we did something similar, and somebody leaked the record like about 3 weeks before it was supposed to come out. But the thing is, we knew who it was straight away, like literally the individual person who had leaked it. And it was really funny because I then found out what their phone number was, and I called them, and I told them that they were a motherfucking son of a bitch asshole that I was going to kill with my bare hand. No, I didn't say I was going to kill him, but you know, I just basically said, "You're a fucking prick. Fuck you for leaking my record." And he kind of tearfully apologised. You know, Epitaph then sent his name round all the other publications and said, "This guy leaks records, don't hire him." So I know, you know, at the end of the day, it damages my career. Do you know what I mean? So I've got no problem damaging his right back again. That's great, that's excellent, because to be honest, sometimes it goes the other way, and you get a crowd who, if you're not playing a song they actually know, everyone just turns around and starts having a conversation with the guy stood next to them or whatever, and that can be really fucking annoying, actually, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on guys, this is a fucking gig, do you know what I mean? I'm playing music, pay attention, assholes. But no, I mean, yeah, last night the crowd was fantastic, and it makes me feel good if I play a new song and everyone's quiet, because that means they're paying attention, you know? That means they want to hear it, and that's good. Thumbs up. Poetry of the Deed to me was kind of almost like a triumphalist record, to a degree. You know, it was quite kind of, yes, hooray, kind of feel to it, which is kind of cool, but this one's a little bit like, you know? And to me that's kind of, certainly right now, that's kind of more what I want to say. I'd rather say than hooray right now. Oh dear, what am I talking about? Yeah, but Poetry of the Deed was quite a kind of black and white record, do you know what I mean? And it was like, you know, live fast style, you know, try this at home. And this one's a bit more kind of like, well, you know, sometimes you feel trapped and stuff, and sometimes you wonder about England when you're not there, and blah, blah, blah. And, do you know what I mean? It's just a little bit more kind of thoughtful, which to me is kind of better because it's a little bit kind of, it runs a little deeper, you know? It takes a bit more thinking about, and I like that. Certainly, you know, I've spent so much of my life on tour recently, in the, you know, the last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever. And you get homesick, you know, or, I mean, and not necessarily for one particular place or anything, but just I miss England when I'm not in England, you know. And being away from England makes me kind of consider it more sort of philosophically and more abstractly, you know, because I mean, I'm usually the only English guy in the room, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, right now, for example. So I do miss it, and I do kind of, there's part of me that wants to kind of, you know, go and sit in a pub and eat a fry up and watch cricket on the TV and read an English newspaper or whatever the fuck. But then at the same time, when I do actually go home, I have like 2 or 3 days when it's awesome, and then I'm like, I've got to get back on tour again now. So yeah, definitely there's two different kind of sides of my thinking about the world, and neither one of them is winning at the moment. It's pretty much neck and neck. You know, I have a black flag tattoo, I've got a hold steady tattoo, you know, it's like, I get the impulse to get kind of music related stuff as a tattoo, and for the most part, if someone has a tattoo of anything to do with me, I'm very flattered, I'm kind of blown away actually, I think it's amazing, and you know, I will high five and hug that person and buy them a drink, you know, I think it's cool. So quite a few people recently have been getting like the FTHC logo done as a tattoo, and that's cool, that's fine. Just my one thing about it is that's a tattoo of sort of loyalty to me as a person rather than, you know, a lyric from a song, which just makes me slightly worry for that person. You know, what if I suddenly I'm not going to do this, by the way, what if I suddenly decide I'm a white supremacist or something that's like this, you know what I mean? That person's then going to slightly feel like an asshole. I'm not a white supremacist, I won't be one, I promise. But you know, you see what I mean, it's just kind of like, that's a bit weird. And then also there are a couple of people now who have like portraits done, which is, yeah, I've seen 2 now, and that's a little strange. I mean, you know, if that's what they want to do, it's their body. And the one kind of like proviso I would say is that it's not my responsibility, and that I didn't make anybody get a tattoo of me, and if they then end up being upset because of something I do, it's definitely their problem and not mine. I think I'm going to have to be fair and say that we're probably as bad an influence on each other. Do you know what I mean? It's not a one-way street. It's not just like I was this innocent young boy who met Jon Snodgrass one day and started drinking like a crazy person. No, when we hang out, we quite often get a little messy. John runs a bar in Fort Collins, Colorado now. Well, in fact, technically speaking, his wife runs a bar in Fort Collins, Colorado, called Surfside 7. It's a wonderful, wonderful bar. And I was there last summer, and we did a show, and it was great, but my fucking God, I was drunk by the end of that. Dear Lord. I remember trying to stand up, just being, I don't know if you know what I mean, you're sat at the bar and you're really fucking drunk and you're like, all I've got to do is stand up. If I can just stand up, everything's going to be okay. And you're summoning all of your willpower and your strength and everything, and just at that moment when you're about to drag yourself up onto your feet, John comes over and gives you another shot of whiskey, and you're like, God fucking damn it, I'm never going to leave this bar, I'm going to die here.
Who else? Regina Spektor, because I'm going to marry her.
It hasn't been going very well, actually. Not in the sense that I've got down on one knee and she said no, but just in that I had a couple of schemes for meeting Regina and then like kidnapping her and putting her in the back of a van, but then none of them really worked out. I need to do more about that, actually. Okay, I promise to try harder.